Welcome back to this lesson. I'm your host, Pam Obasa, and in this lesson, I'm going to be walking you through how to identify your ideal clients. Identifying your ideal client is going to be the backbone of your business. Throughout my time of coaching hundreds and thousands of people, one of the biggest problems that I see people have is that they haven't quite identified who they are talking to. And if you don't know who you are talking to, then chances are that you are creating the wrong product. You have the wrong offers, and your offers that you have are not solving the right pain point because you haven't quite identified the who. It is by identifying the who, then you identify the how, which is how do I solve a problem for this specific person. So knowing who your ideal client is actually critical, because it is from this knowledge that your entire business grows. All your offers are created once you know who your ideal clients are. Your messaging is nailed, your storytelling is nailed, your sales systems are built, and all of the strategy and the steps that you need to enroll an influx of all the clients that you could ever want lies in this one foundational lesson. So let's dive into how to identify your ideal clients. Now, don't forget that one of the things that we have done to help you to implement and get results from Lucrative Coaching Jumpstart is that we have created some stellar workbooks with implementation plans for every section of this program. Remember to click the button below where it says workbook and get your work. I'm so excited about today's training because today I am going to be walking you through such a foundational step of your business. So this is something that you must have in your business, and not only must you have it in your business, but you have got to revisit it every single day. And in fact, you've got to revisit it before you write any single word on a sales page or a blog post, record any videos, write a social media post. You've got to have this in place. And once you have it, it makes getting your business out there and getting your messaging out there very, very easy to do. You might have heard of people talk about the ideal client or target audience or ideal client persona. It's, some people call it different things, but it absolutely just means the same thing. And what it really means is that whoever it is that you want to bring into your business, whoever it is that you want to become a customer or a client, they are your ideal client. Do you see my point? They are the ideal person that you ought to be talking to. Because if you are talking to everyone, you are talking to no one, which means you have got to focus on speaking to that specific person, that ideal person. And the reason they are ideal is because they are the ones who are most likely to take action from whatever you have shared with them. So that is why this is very, very important, and it is such a huge foundational step. Now, before I even walk you through this, I want you to meet a really, really good friend of mine. She's also a coach. She's a business coach, and her name is Kendra. Now, Kendra lives in the United States. She lives in the US, and specifically in the city of New York. Kendra is married. She's got 2 boys. Her boys are aged 4 and aged 7. Now, one of the special things about Kendra is that she actually used to have a job. She was working in a 9-to-5 before she became a coach. She had a very comfortable job that paid the bills, paid the mortgage, and gave her and her family a really, really good life. However, in the middle of the pandemic, like many people out there, Kendra was made redundant, and so she lost her job. And because of that, she now has a big, massive why and a big, massive push to really grow her business. And she has found a way to use her expertise and turn that into a coaching business. But her biggest problem right now is she's not actually making any money coaching. In fact, Kendra unfortunately spends a lot of her time giving away her coaching for free. She's always talking to people, giving them advice and solving their problems and doing all of these amazing things, but for free. And she's struggling because all of her savings are literally going lower and lower and lower because no more money is coming in. And she's at a point right now in her business that she really wants to find out how to leverage her expertise, how to leverage her story and everything that she has been through, and how to pull that into her business so that it becomes a wildly successful coaching business for her and that serves her family. That is my good friend Kendra that I want you to meet. So unfortunately, you're not going to get to meet Kendra because Kendra isn't actually a real person. Kendra is my ideal client. You see how I painted a really detailed picture about Kendra, how I told you how many kids she had and how old her children were, and how I told you that she used to have a job, she was then made redundant, how I shared about the biggest things that are keeping Kendra up at night. The reason why I am able to do that and to talk in such great detail about my ideal client is because I have spent a lot of time getting to know and building a picture of this person so that when I am creating any type of content, be it this video, be it a blog post, be it a social media post or anything like that, so that when I am creating that, it becomes very easy for me to picture Kendra and go, this is Kendra. Is this something that she would be interested in? Is this something that, that she would click on? If it's a no, then I won't create it because Kendra wouldn't consume that type of content. Kendra wouldn't do whatever it is that I want her to do if it doesn't fit with her persona, with this ideal client. But the times when I'm able to nail it and really create something that Kendra would click on, I have hundreds of thousands of Kendras who watch my videos, read my posts, click on the links, go into my email list, buy my stuff. And it is because of Kendra, my ideal client, that I now have a profitable, a wildly successful coaching business. Do you see what I did there? This is the importance of having your own ideal client profile and knowing them inside out, knowing them like the back of your hand, so that when you talk about this person, people wonder, is this real? Am I going to meet this person? And then you go, no, she is my ideal client. But you've got to know her or him inside out like the back of your hand, so that your messaging is so succinct, it's so powerful, it shoots straight, and it hits the point that you want it to hit. And somebody, when your ideal client, when your person, your Kendra, when they read it, they go, oh my goodness, this is for me. I've got to do this. You're talking to me. I get so many emails from people who watch my videos or click on my ads or consume any type of content that say, Pam, it feels like you were talking to me. And I smile because I was talking to them. I was speaking to Kendra and they are Kendra. Do you see my point? So what I'm sharing with you, it's so foundational that many people get lazy and they just skip over it, and then they wonder why they are struggling to really grow their business. So here is what I want to do right now. I want to help you to build your own ideal client profile. I'm going to be asking you a series of questions, and I want you to grab a notepad and a pen, and you are going to answer these questions. So let's dive in. The first question to answer is, who are they? Who is your ideal client? Right? I want you to think, are they a male or a female? Write it down. How old are they? I want you to give them a name. Notice when I talked about mine, I talked about Kendra. She has a name because she's got to be living and breathing in my mind, because I'm going to be creating products for Kendra, coaching programs for Kendra, and lots of different messaging and posts and blog posts and videos for Kendra. So she has got to be a real person, in quotation, right, in my mind. So who is your person? What is their name? How old are they? These are the first questions that I want you to answer. Then I want you to answer this: what makes them tick? Let's say your person is called Danielle, right? Or Daniel. It doesn't matter if they're a male or a female, right? What makes her or him tick? What does that mean? It means, what is it that rubs them up the wrong way? What is it that makes them go, oh my goodness, like this is irritating me? What makes them tick, or what makes them excited? That's another way to think about it. What is it? Write that down. Then the next question is, what are their biggest problems? Notice when I talked about Kendra, I talked about the fact that her biggest problem is the fact that she's been made redundant, and so her cushion, her savings that she had is going down, and there is no influx, and so she's busy giving away her coaching services for free, but she's struggling with how to monetize it, how to get paid for her expertise, right? So these are her biggest problems, her biggest frustrations right now. Her biggest frustrations right now is, how do I get some money coming in using my expertise? So thinking about your person, what would you say are their biggest problems? Write that down. Then I want you to write down other pieces of information, such as what level of education do they have? How much money do they make right now? How much money would they like to be making right now? Write those down as well. Then I want you to think about your ideal clients, their goals and their desires. What are their goals? Right? So in mind, for Kendra, her biggest goal and desire is to be able to replace the income that she used to have when she had a job, and to earn double of that. She's not even trying to be a millionaire right now. She just wants to be able to look at her old boss, her old colleagues, and not feel a certain way, not feel slighted, not feel sad or down, but know that she's actually doing better and was well off for being let go of than when she was working for them. That is one of the things that she really desires. So thinking about your ideal client, what is it that she really desires? Then thinking about your ideal client, what are her interests and her hobbies? What are some of the things that she's doing when she's not doing, whatever it is that you offer? So if you do business coaching, when she's not running her business, what is she doing? If you're in career coach, when she's not working, what is she doing? If you are a relationship coach, when she's not thinking about those relationships, what is she doing? How does she spend her time? And then we have two more questions that I want you to cover. These are very, very important. The first is, what is your message to this person? Right? What is your message? One of the biggest things that I talk about when I talk to Kendra, when I talk to my audience who are filled with Kendras all over the place, right? So when I'm talking to Kendra, my biggest message to Kendra is this. One, yes, you can completely earn your desired income. You can do this. Two, you don't have to do this by working yourself into the ground or by giving your services away for free. Three, if you simply nail down the area of your expertise and use our framework to turn that into a profitable business, you will be able to create an offer that you can then find a paying client for in as little as 3 days. Now, why is that my message? Because we have proven this over and over and over again. But it didn't start with the proof. It started with me going, this is what I would like to help people to achieve, and this is my message. And then I started to get results from clients who have achieved that. So it is your turn. What is your message to that person? What is your message to Kendra? Now, your message can be different as well. It can change. Now, my Kendra, for example, some of my ideal clients, a lot of them come to me because they look up to me in the sense that, Pam, you are a black woman, you're a dark-skinned black woman, and you're doing incredible things. So part of my message as well to my market is, yes, it doesn't matter what the color of your skin is, you can do amazing things if you just take action and put your mind to it and leave all the excuses outside the window. Two, it doesn't matter what your accent is. It doesn't matter what your background is. It doesn't matter what your status is. It doesn't matter. If you want to achieve what you want to achieve and you are willing to put in the work, you can. So do you see? That is why I'm able to attract the people that I attract, because my message is really, really clear. So what is your message to the market? And finally, the final question that I want you to answer now, concerning your ideal client, where does she hang out? Right? Which basically means, where are you going to be talking to her? Are you going to be talking to her on YouTube? Or are you going to be talking to her on Facebook? Or is she on Clubhouse or on Snapchat or on Instagram or on LinkedIn or somewhere else? Where does she hang out? It's very important for you to know where she hangs out, because if you know where she hangs out, then you know how to talk to her. So you've watched the training. It is now time to implement. What I would like you to do is to look below this training. You're going to see a section called implementation. In that section, you're going to have a specific task that I have set for you. Have a look at your task, the steps that we have laid out for you, and follow those steps. Then finally, make sure you comment below this video in our course platform so that we can see your responses and we can come back to you and give you feedback. Remember that nothing happens until implementation has taken place. So without those comments, I cannot actually support you further. So if you would like my help, make sure you leave your comments below this video. And finally, we like to over deliver. I've opened up the calendar for myself and my team of coaches, and we want to take this a step further with supporting you with implementing everything that you are learning within this program, and to answer some of the questions that you may have. You might be in a position where you actually benefit from speaking with us instead of just doing this by yourself. What I'd like you to do is click on the button below this video to schedule your breakthrough call. There is no cost. You can literally come on the call, ask any question that you have, and we would be glad to support you. So make sure you click on that link and schedule your call if you need to. I'll see you in the next training.